When I was in my teenage years, I was running wild. I was in gangs and drugs and drinking, and mainly it was just alcohol at this time. And I started smoking weed at 14, started drinking alcohol on a daily basis at 16, started being a criminal at that point, got involved in gangs, got initiated in a gang, and ran pretty crazy. Started going in and out of jail since 16 for assaults, robberies, menacing, and all that kind of stuff. And then when I was 18 years old, I took somebody's life in the midst of a robbery. It ate me up when I did that. The second after I did it, I regretted it. Continued the life of crime, got into some other drugs around 20, 21 years old, started getting into meth. And then when I was 27, my life had been on a downhill spiral for a long time. My dad came and visited me in county jail. Life wasn't good. I was depressed. The drugs, the meth had gotten the better of me at this point. I was wanting to change my life, but I didn't know how. I didn't know where to go. I figured I'd tried everything at that point and nothing was working. So in my mind, I was just gonna probably live this way the rest of my life. I had talked to my dad, told him I'm willing to start communication with him again, and he came and visited me in county jail. I just said, "Dad, my life's a wreck. I don't know what to do." So my dad looked at me and he says, "I know what you can do." And I said, "What?" I was like, What is it? What is it? What can I do to change my life and get out of this?" And he goes, "You haven't tried God." It was like a light bulb went on. My dad picked me up from the Justice Center, took me to his house. That night we went to the church and I went to the play called Eternity. And it was October 26, 2001, and the presence of God hit me hard. And I knew my life was changed forever. When I felt the presence of God, I realized that's what I've been chasing my whole life. I just didn't know it. I was trying to fill this gap in my heart with all these things of the world, not knowing that Jesus was sitting right there waiting for me. The other thing I felt was his strong presence, and it was the best thing I've ever felt. And at the end of the play, the pastor gave an altar call, and I jumped up and I ran down there. My dad followed me down, and they had some altar call workers. So I gave my life to the Lord that night, and my life changed forever. I got married 3 years later to a wonderful woman in the church named Angie. We're still married to this day. We had 3 little girls. I got saved at 27, got married at 30. And at 35, I got arrested for the murder that I did in 1993 when I was 18 years old. When I went to answer my front door and I seen the U.S. Marshals there, I knew what they were there for. There was no other reason why they would be there. They handcuffed me, took me to jail, told me I was arrested on a 17-year-old cold case, told me I was indicted on aggravated murder, I was facing the death penalty. I was so relieved to get it over with. To be honest with you, when I seen the U.S. Marshals at my door, my 2-year-old girl was next to me when I grabbed the front doorknob and I looked out the bay window. I knew what they were there for, so I knew I was going to probably go to prison for a long time, starting at that moment. But on the other hand, I felt a weight just lift off my shoulders because I'd been having nightmares since I was 18 years old from what I'd done. So my way to, in a sense, keep my victim's name alive and serve her and serve all my victims that have cried tears over all the pain that I've caused so many people. The only way I can pay that back is to serve God and try to do some good for humanity for all the bad I've done. And so that's part of my motivation to be in Corbin University. The other part of my motivation is that God is just so good and that Jesus forgave me for all my sins, and I want to honor him with my life now and lead others into righteousness instead of leading others into sin, which is what I did for so many years. My wife is still with me. She comes and sees me almost every week. I've been in prison for almost 10 years now, and she's a great, strong Christian woman, and I love her with all my heart, and for some reason she loves me too still. And our daughters are 10, 11, and 12, And I'm excited to get into Corbin University and get some tools to help me so that I can help others and hopefully make a change in this world a little bit.